Welcome to Business Class, a podcast for people wanting to upgrade their thinking, upgrade their learning, and upgrade their life. I'm your host, Eugenia Panterhos, founder of Business Class Collective, best-selling author and life coach. If you're an entrepreneur, a startup, or someone who dreams of reaching their full potential, then you're in the right place. You'll feel empowered and inspired to design the life you've always wanted. Let's do this. Hello, gorgeous people. It's Eugenia Panterhos here, and welcome to the show. I'm so thrilled to have you here. And importantly, I love the feedback. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback and telling me that it's an inspiring podcast and that you're really enjoying the bits of information that you get to think about and apply. I'm so grateful. Thanks so much. This week, we're going to be talking about carers, and so let's get started. It's about caring, and it's about becoming a carer in society and what that means. I think if we look around, we'll find lots of people at different times in their lives showing up for others, whether it's a neighbour or a friend or a family member or someone in the workplace that you're supporting emotionally. There's a lot of caring going on, and I wanted to talk about this week because we're coming out of COVID. It's been really quite difficult in many, many ways, and yet people were still showing up in the most remarkable ways. So I wanted to share with you this topic. So back in 2014, when I was completing my Masters of Business, in my cohort was a manager of a carers organisation. I'd never come across actually working with or having anything to do with a caring organisation, so this was something quite new to me. And I remember thinking that it seemed as if there were so many challenges meeting this organisation, and as you would expect, part of completing an MBA means you've got to do group assignments. So you guessed it, I was on the team of analysing this ladies' organisation, and together with other students, we put our heads together to identify operational improvements, a renewed strategy, resource allocation, and examination of expenditure and income, and the list goes on. This is a personal topic for me because I too have found myself in the role of a carer. So caregiving is complex and the experiences are mixed, but one thing is for sure, caring requires understanding, focus, and intentional support. Caregiving is an incredible expression of love and generosity. Let's not be mistaken here. But it can also take a huge toll on your physical, mental, and emotional health. I cared for my close friend who lost her battle aged 42. I sat with my mum in the 2 weeks when she was suddenly and unexpectedly admitted to hospital at the end of her life, and I cared for my father for around 1.5 years. I have absolutely no regrets in any of these cases and would do it again if I needed to. I never once begrudged. I had the capacity to process, have empathy, and do all that I could to show up in the best possible way. So what did that look like? It was hospital visits, discussions with medical teams, shopping, cooking meals, cleaning, organising medications, looking after pets, plus so many other roles that were part of the everyday. All the while, I was balancing my own needs and that of family and work. When looking after my dad, my sister and I took on the main caring roles, and together we were better and stronger, and without each other's support, it would have been a totally different story. For example, when handling Dad's medications, we double-checked the allocations across a day that we were putting into the Webster pack, never wanting to be distracted and getting it wrong, but having each other's back and checking Dad's medications meant we were confident he was taking the right things at the right time of the day. We attended appointments, we shopped, cooked, cleaned, gardened. We enjoyed lunches and dinners out and other social interactions with our father and so much more. It really was rewarding as much as it was loving and as much as it at times was very, very difficult. Maintaining our father's standard of living and dignity in a loving and caring way was top of mind and heart, and being the type of person he was, he made it very easy for that to happen. Personally, I received the highest level of support from my employer. My role was one that had flexibility, and the use of technology allowed me to work from wherever, and that meant I was able to keep up with my responsibilities, something I'm so grateful for. Having a choice in terms of where, when, and how I worked allowed me to manage my effectiveness and performance, and I deeply felt that my well-being was also fully supported in the workplace. I had team members offering to help with tasks and easing the load, and that was truly appreciated. I had beautiful emails arrive in my inbox checking in on me, and the pressure was off, but because the pressure was off, I was still able to maintain the highest standard of work that I was, accustomed to. So that meant the world to me as well for my own self-esteem and adding value to the workplace. And I remain forever grateful for the support received from my employer, the team, and from my immediate family. It goes without saying. So carers themselves need carers. That's the irony. They need people to stand beside them, have their back, reach out, and offer emotional support. It's a journey that unless you've experienced it, you won't quite know what it can feel like. That's why whenever we experience interactions with people, we can never judge because we don't know what people are going through. We don't know if they're carers, we don't know if they're having a bad time. So always have compassion for your fellow human being. Now, back to caring. Every caring situation is different. Some carers provide unpaid support and assistance with daily activities such as preparing meals, bathing, dressing, managing medications. Providing care to family, children, friends and neighbours is often unpaid caring, but one that keeps a community connected. Some people provide care around the clock while others do so only occasionally. It's personal. Each case is different, but nonetheless, caring is a special role indeed, and as a carer, support is greatly appreciated whenever it comes. So during the pandemic, the types of people who needed support and the kinds of care they needed had expanded, including the impact on parents when schools closed or operated at reduced capacity. The toll on the collective mental health also meant providing caregiving in the form of emotional support, empathy, or ensuring loved ones got the professional help needed to cope. The effects of caring has been compounded during COVID with the sandwich generation, those caring both for the parents and their children and sometimes grandparents as well. Feeling the full force of needing to show up for others can easily take its toll. So let's look at some statistics. The Australian Bureau of Statistics have done the research, and approximately 2.7 million Australians are considered carers. This represents more than 10% of the population, and not surprisingly, women were more likely to be carers. That means roughly 1 in 8 people in Australia are carers. So of the 2.7 million carers, 272,000 are younger than 25 years old. That's remarkable. Around 856,000 Australians are primary carers who provide assistance to a person with disability. The average age of a primary carer is 55, and more than 2/3 of primary carers are female. Around half of primary carers provide care for at least 20 hours per week, and 56% of primary carers participate in the workforce. So Ariana Huffington shared 10 top tips for carers. So when wondering what can you do to help manage the demands of being a carer, This is how we do it. So if you'd like to get a pen and paper and write down these notes, it might be very helpful. 1. Secure your own mask first. You know, it's what the cabin crew tell us when we're flying on planes. Take care of yourself first so that you can care for others. Second, ask for help. It's simple, but unless you ask, you won't get the help that you need. Number 3, change your mindset from I have to I get to, as this will help you find the joyous moments of positivity and gratitude while you're in the thick of caring. Number 4, be gentle with yourself. You really need to be kind to yourself. Number 5, remember that you matter in someone's life. They're relying on you. So choose to show up the best way you can. Number 6, create a morning ritual that's just for you. It could be coffee, exercise, journaling, or perhaps all 3. Number 7, taking a moment for yourself will make you a more patient carer. Just remember that. You can't pour from an empty cup. Number 8, appreciate the small things. Notice the love and the moments of joy. They are priceless. I'm talking from experience now. Absolutely priceless. Number 9, make sleep and rest a priority. Restorative sleep will help you and your outlook, give you clarity, and allow you to be creative as well. Number 10, nourish yourself with food, with a walk, with a freshly squeezed juice. Do what you need to nourish yourself and keep in top form. Now let's have a look at how to look after yourself. As a carer, it is important to look after your own emotional needs so you can continue your caring role and maintain your own emotional health and resilience. You may need professional help, and don't be embarrassed about that. Or you might need to find someone who's not related to the situation so you can freely share your experiences. Have a chat over coffee or on a walk, but whatever you do, seek the help that you require. Counselling can help you to find strategies for managing your relationships, keeping communication channels open, and on how to balance your role as carer with your own needs. It can also help when you're dealing with end-of-life situations. Getting professional help will allow you to show up in the way you need to. So once again, look after yourself by eating nutrient-rich foods, choose healthy options, get some sunshine, take a walk, read, listen to music, or just simply sit quietly so that you can process your emotions. Next, say yes to help. As a carer, you are an important part of the care team, and your well-being is vital to being able to provide continued support. Remember that you can't pour from an empty cup. More often than not, carers don't seek help for themselves as they deem their role for their loved ones to be more important. I'm here to tell you that you're important too, and taking care of yourself needs to be a priority one. There are options, and there are carer support and respite services. And importantly, an option might be calling in on a core team or family member to be on a rotating shift. Having time away for rest, recuperation, and reset is an important part of the strategy required to support carers. Don't feel guilty if you're becoming frustrated, tired, exhausted, or overwhelmed. Discuss your feelings with your friends and those close to you. And if you're not feeling the best, speak to your GP. Make the appointment and speak to a professional. So what can you do? 1, take one day at a time and focus on the challenges at hand. Number 2, make a list of friends and relatives that can help. Number 3, develop a roster for meals, transport, and caring. 4, find ways to stay organised. Keep a notebook or type into your phone issues that need discussing with the medical team. Number 5, work out flexible working options with your employer. 6, do something each day that brings you joy. A walk, bath, yoga, coffee, reading a magazine, whatever tickles your fancy. Number 7, ask someone to give you a night off so that you can have a restorative sleep. 8. Delegate household chores. 9. Keep family and friends updated by group text, email, or on WhatsApp. Number 10, take a break and do whatever it is that will lift your spirits. Caregiving is what makes our society strong, functional, and connected. These special people provide support to a wide variety of other people who are in need. Their role adds to the overall well-being of the community by providing care and developing trust. In the end, we all need one another, one way or another, and we are, after all, social beings. Finally, remember that 1 in 8 people in Australia are indeed carers. So when you choose your behaviours out in the community, be kind, be compassionate, for you really never know what people are coping with. Until next time. You've been listening to Business Class presented by Eugenia Panterhos, founder of Business Class Collective. If you haven't yet, go to Apple Podcast, subscribe, rate and review this podcast. Share the love and let your family and friends know too. You can follow Business Class Collective on Instagram and Facebook. Join me next time.